rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while sizzling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rocket Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the premiere Knicks and the Nighttime Show. Salute, salute. Shout out to all my people watching on YouTube. Shout out to all my people watching on X. Shout out to everybody watching this on replay. Glad y'all here. Got a lot of stuff to talk about in this 60 minutes, man. Yo, Coach in the building, salute. Greg Hamilton is in the building, salute. Salute to all the members of the channel, man, helping this thing. Keep it going, keep it moving along, man. Salute to y'all. Salute to y'all. Man, Coach says they built a sustainable championship contender. Okay. Yo. We got a lot to talk about. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that, man. I'm just gonna say that. If this is how Coach feel, we have a lot to talk about. A lot. But I'm not going to shoot you the gas, right? I'm not going to come in with the flamethrower either. I'm not shooting the gas, and I'm not coming in with the flamethrower. I'm just going to come in with some stuff. Let me just put it that way. Danny Landis is in the building. Salute. Yeah, y'all. Yo, Ed Santana in the building. Salute. Salute. Yuri in the building. Salute. Yeah, y'all. I've been thinking about this all day. So I've been thinking about it all day, everybody. Yo, YZ in the building. Salute. Yeah, man. So, y'all don't mind me not looking at the camera or being in that direction. I got some notes here. I'm going to try to go by. I'm going to try to just get through. I started typing out notes like on a sheet like this, like just pinpoints that I want to touch on in order for the opening not to be so all over the place, right? So if I'm not looking you in the eyes, I'm sorry. It's just I got a bunch of stuff all over the place. And so, just want to do that. Right. Just want to kind of All right, so let me see how many people we got in here. Nick Yak in the building. Salute. Yo, Michelle in the building. Salute. The Triborough Gigolo is in the building. Salute. Hey, I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say this, y'all. If you feeling like an eyeball at work or at your family functions, it's because you're not checking out the That Ain't Rap podcast. You got to check out my main man, the Triborough Gigolo, man. You got to check him out, man. Yeah, I got to check him out, man. It's a culture thing, bro. Yo, he on fire. And he be on IG. And he on IG. And he on IG. Y'all got to check him out, man. Y'all check out Triborough now while y'all can talk to him directly, because in a little while, we're going to have to start talking to his assistants. We're going to have to start scheduling meetings to start talking to Triborough, man. Salute to my guy. Matter of fact, the That Ain't Rap podcast be on Wednesday. It'll be on tomorrow at 8:00. And I'm shooting straight over there after we do Knicks Freestyle at 7. So I'm doing Knicks Freestyle at 7. And as soon as that wrap up, man, I'm going straight over there. So if y'all get there at 8, I may not be there at 8 on the dot, but I'm going to be there because I don't want to be the odd man at work. Yo, salute Fritz Alcindor is in the building. Salute. So I'm gonna try to stitch these notes together, right? Because I have a lot of individual thoughts in my head about this one topic. I'm gonna try to stitch them together so you know how I feel, and then I want to have the conversation with y'all based on kind of what I present, right? And so there's one question that's been circling in my head as we get closer to training camp. Did Leon Rose and the Knicks front office actually build a championship core, or did they just put together a really, really, really good team that's always going to be one piece short, right? Before you answer, this is a championship team, ask yourself right now, is this team one piece short? Just ask yourself right now, is this team one piece short? Right? And so think about the journey we've been on. For years, this franchise was begging for competence in the front office. We went through chaos. We went through misses. We went through failed experiments. Frank Ntilikina, Kevin Knox. He brings in Jalen Brunson, a guy everyone thought was overpaid at the time. And suddenly, Brunson is the heart and soul of this team. He's proven he can carry a playoff offense. He's proven he's one of the best guards in the East. And he's proven and he's given us an identity we haven't had since the Ewing days. And yes, this team, believe it or not, has an identity. You know who the star is. You know what we come out to do every night, for the most part. You know what we want to do. Right? It has an identity. It's not ad hoc anymore. Right? But then the dominoes start falling one at a time. The OG Anunoby trade. The Mikal Bridges trade. And finally, the Karl-Anthony Towns trade. You look at this roster and you say, that's depth, that's balance, that's defense, that's star power. Mike Brown comes in as the new coach, defensive pedigree, player development guy on paper. It all makes sense now. But here's the flip side. Does this team have a true second superstar? Brunson is clearly the guy. There's no argument there. But who's behind him? Is it Cat, who's had all NBA numbers, but hasn't proven it on the biggest of all stages, that he can take over and be the Iron Man to the Captain America, if you will? Right? Not yet, right? Not yet has Karl-Anthony Towns proven that he could be the Derek Jeter to the Mariano Rivera. Not yet. It's only been a year, but he hasn't proven it yet. Not yet has he proven he can be the Gary Carter to the Keith Hernandez. Right? Not yet. Not yet. Right? Is it Bridges, who we love because of his availability, his efficiency, his defense, his Villanova connection, but has he shown he can be a takeover scorer? Is it OG Anunoby, who locks down defensively, but doesn't necessarily scare you offensively consistently? And that's the dilemma. And this is what I want to talk to you about tonight. Right? This dilemma. Right? See, Boston, in its heyday, rolled out Bird, McHale, and Parrish. The Lakers, in their heyday, rolled out Kareem and Magic, or Shaq and Kobe. Right? Boston rolls out like Tatum and Brown. Denver rolled out Jokic and playoff Murray. See, those are superstar duos in those moments when you need a superstar duo. Guys, you can't game plan for or game plan out of a series. Do the Knicks have a Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry? Do the Knicks have a LeBron James and Dwayne Wade? Do the Knicks have a Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and Tim Duncan? Or are we just the best depth team in the league, the best deep team, player 1 through player 12? Are we that? Right? Are we the best 1 through 11 team that you've seen in a mighty long time? Which might be good for a second or third round run, but not always good enough for bringing a championship banner to the Garden. So here's another wrinkle, just food for thought. While you make up your mind, whether we have enough or are we one piece away? I have not made up my mind. And I'm presenting this to you so that you can enrich this conversation, right? So when you hear me say these words, don't assume that I already have all the answers. I don't. What I have are questions for you in the chat, for you to help others solve this issue that we're having. Here's another wrinkle. The Knicks still have assets. They've been sitting on a couple of draft picks. They've been sitting on flexibility. It almost feels like the front office is playing both sides of this thing. Like, on the one hand, they've built a balanced contender, a team with identity and toughness. On the other hand, they're still holding chips just in case a Giannis buys a high rise in Manhattan. Just in case after Christmas, a star sees that his team is not going anywhere and he knows the Knicks are going everywhere and he wants to be a part of that. And when you think about that, don't just think about Giannis. Think about the guys, think about the stars that have been close but haven't won. And now their franchise has regressed. Think about the stars that may have been on the floor when another team won a championship. And I'm going to throw out some names, right? And listen, I'm going to throw out some names, but I'm not saying these players in particular. I'm saying that type of player in that situation, right? When I say these names, don't assume that these are my favorites or whatever. Just think about the situation these players are in as an example. Say the Phoenix Suns stumble out of the block. After all the turnover they've made, they tried multiple trades, trying to appease the new owner, trying to appease their star player. And come December, they're (14-23). Say at the end of December, and whatever the record is, right? You get my drift. A losing record in a deep hole. Say after Christmas, the Miami Heat's record is 9-26. And Bam Adebayo says, I want to play closer to home. So let's not get it twisted. Leon Rose deserves credit, a lot of credit, all the credit. He's changed the culture. He's changed the conversation around this team. We're not a laughingstock anymore. The Knicks are respected. The Knicks are feared. For the first time in a long time, stars actually want to be But the question remains, did he stop short like I stopped short just now? Did he put together a team that can win 50, 55, 60 games, win a playoff series, excite the city, and maybe even win a championship? Or is it built to get very close and to stay healthy and hope miracles happen, but never get over the hump? So the conversation tonight is, or that's the conversation for tonight. Is this roster championship material, or are we one move away from truly becoming the or is this Knicks team only built for Cuban links? Do you roll the dice and keep developing chemistry, or do you push the chips, all the chips, into the center of the table for one more swing at a superstar? I want to hear what y'all think. I want to read what y'all think, because this isn't as simple as yes or no. This is about trust in the front office, belief in the players, the vision for the future. So, let's get into it. I have a few things, man. I'm just going to try to rock the spot. I'm just going to try to rock real quick. I'm just going to rock a little bit, man, because I want to put these topics out there. Because I understand, man. Listen, trust me. I understand that over the summer, we've been talking about the summertime stuff. But it's September. And do you remember September? Let me shout out some of my people in the chat, man. Prezi in the building, $7,000 in the building, right? E. Gibson, salute. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. I see y'all. Randall is in the building. All right, so the question I'm asking is, Leon Rose and the front office have made big moves. Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and a deep supporting cast. But the question is, did they actually build a championship core, or are we still one superstar away from the promised land? That's my question for you guys tonight. Right? And what I'm going to do, yo, somebody's looking at my computer. I'm not going to say who, right? I'm not going to say who, but somebody in the chat with a Y in their name, in their screen name, is trying to steal my topic, right? But I'm gonna leave that in suspense. Somebody in the chat with a username with the Y in it is trying to steal my one of my topics for tonight. But I'm not gonna say who it is, right? I'm just gonna say that and leave that suspenseful, right? Oh my man, I wasted. Dang, I did it. I spent a lot of time talking to start this thing, man. So let me get into it, right? So I'm gonna start with this. And man, I need to get something to drink also, man. So parched. I'm going to start with this, right? But I'm going to disappear for a second, grab a water, and come right back while y'all look at that. I know. I should have grabbed the water before I got started, right? I know. I should have grabbed the water before I got started, man. I'm slack. Y'all bear with me. So the argument for, so the argument for the Knicks being one piece away. If you put anything in the chat about, so the argument for the Knicks being one or two pieces away, if you put anything in the chat about adding a player, this is the side that you're on, right? If you feel like the Knicks need to add anything, especially a star role player, maybe a once upon a time star, right? Maybe a once upon a time star, then you are for the argument that the Knicks are a move or two away. And if you are, no big deal. And if you are, no big deal, right? It's just how you feel. But here is how I'm going about thinking about the argument for being one player away. And it's grandiose. And I'm going to say, humbly, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to sound grandiose, but not in an arrogant Uncle Freezy sense, but in a starving fan, a starving Knicks fan for a championship way. Right? So this is not Uncle Freezy being grandiose. This is a lifelong Knicks fan. A lifelong Knicks fan stating his opinion and hoping that you will state yours. I can talk about this for days. I won't. Right? I won't. But I can. I'm going to put this on the screen so you can see it. In my heart of hearts, I don't believe the Knicks have a clear number 2 superstar. I do not believe in my heart of hearts that the Knicks have a Steph Curry, Klay Thompson situation, or a Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum situation, or a LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh situation. I don't believe the Knicks have a Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili situation. I don't believe the Knicks have a Steph and Klay situation. And I'm not saying the guys on the roster are not good enough to be that. All I'm saying is at this moment, our superstar nor his running mate has proven that they can be a championship duo. Now, I have all the faith in the world in Jalen Brunson that he can, right? Paris Duggan in the building. Rasul Thomas in the building. Salute. And this is no knock on the players, everybody. Mind you, remember before I started this statement, I'm not saying this as an arrogant Knicks fan or an arrogant person that thinks they know everything. I'm saying this from a humble, starving Knicks fan for a championship, right? I'm saying that Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns don't give me the vibes of a LeBron and D Wade or a Steph and Klay or a LeBron and Kyrie, right? Or a Shaq and Kobe or a Magic and Kareem or a Bird, McHale and Parrish, right? I just don't sense that. And if it seems as if I'm coming across disrespectful, don't take it that way. Just take it as an observation. Are we there? See, because the thing about it is, Brunson hadn't proven it, but I have faith that he will. Right? Cat shows this and stretches in the playoffs, but it's not sustainable over 6, 7, 10 games. Cat will find a matchup and destroy it, like he destroyed Jokic the year of the playoff before last. Right? Like how Cat in that Minnesota-Denver series when Cat was destroying Jokic, the same thing didn't happen in the Eastern Conference Finals. You feel me? Like or in the playoff series, Cat can't prove it like he hadn't proven it over 4, 5, 8, 12 playoff games. Wins or losses. Wins or losses, Cat hasn't proven it over a stretch. Cat has 3 great games, and then he'll disappear. And he doesn't disappear for good. I'm not saying he's a no-show in the playoffs. I'm saying he'll regress back to his mean when we need him to step beyond his average impact. Because his average impact is great. I got Paris Duggan says, I believe Bridges is going to get awfully close to that 3rd star. Cat is one and can be situationally coached into a 1B. So we agree. We agree. This is absolutely what I'm talking about right here. This is absolutely what I'm talking about right here. But we can't say with a honest basketball opinion that Bridges at his best or Cat at his best can have the impact of a Dwayne Wade to a LeBron James in his prime. I can't say that. And it's no disrespect to y'all know I love Bridges. I love Bridges and OG. Y'all know I love Pacom Dadier. I'm getting there with Cat. Like I'm really getting there with Karl-Anthony Towns, right? But he's still new to me. Cat is still new to me. So I'm trying to get there with him. You know. David Smith is in the building. Salute. So, and I know it sounds like sacrilege, right? And I don't want it to be, right? I want this to be a conversation where you guys can enjoy the conversation because it's not the same conversation all over again. Like it's not like every conversation you get to, we're talking about what Tom Thibodeau did for the last 5 years. Tibbs ain't here no more. Tom Thibodeau is living rent-free in some of our heads right now. And some of us don't care. We like that. Right? We like that. I personally want to look out the windshield when I drive and not in the rearview mirror when I drive. And so with that, if I ask you, because where was the Paris Duggar comment at? Where was the other comment at? Here it is. I gotta start by here. There it is. Okay. So I think a lot of us believe this to be true. I believe Bridges is gonna get awfully close to that third star. And Cat is one and can be situationally coached into a 1B star. And Paris said, so I think a lot of us feel that same sentiment. A lot of us feel that same sentiment. But at the same time, when we watch championship teams, these teams seem to have some combination of 2 stars in their prime, 1 star on the way, and 1 vet somewhere, 1 key veteran contributor from somewhere, whether it's off the bench or as a starter. It's like the 4th guy is always like that dependable vet that always settled the team down, i.e. Al Horford, Andre Iguodala, Kevin Love, right? David Robinson. And so this is my concern. I don't want to continue to like drill down on it if there's nothing there, but I'm drilling down on it because I think there's absolutely something here. I think for me to change this opinion, one of the guys on the roster has to prove that he's a bona fide, consistent star every night with Jalen Brunson. Could that be Cat? Cat's an all-star, all NBA. Should it be Cat? Probably. He's the highest paid Knick, but Cat shows that he'll do that for 3 playoff games, and then he'll regress back to 20 and 10. Right? And while 20 and 10 is great, it's not great for a megastar. Not in the playoffs. See, because 20 and 10 for 10 years will get you to the Hall of Fame, right? We already know Cat's going into the Hall of Fame. We already know Karl-Anthony Towns is going to moonwalk into the Hall of Fame. That's not the discussion right here. The discussion right here is, can he be that in the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA Finals? I see your question. Let me think about that. I hope y'all respect that. Like, hey, I see Paris' question. Just give me some time to think about that. I don't want to just blurt out the first thing that comes to my mind. I need some time to think about it. The other part to it is I hate to say this, everybody. I'm gonna say it, and it's gonna set the chat off. And I'm giving y'all a trigger warning right now. So I'm gonna give you a trigger warning, but it's not that I want to, spark. I don't want to get people fighting in the street, right? That's not what I want to do when I put this up here. But the ceiling of our role players is a concern. Right? The ceiling of our role players is a concern. And the reason why I say this is when Jalen Brunson was out, Deuce McBride played okay. Bridges stepped his game all the way up. So did OG Anunoby. But they played like very good players. They didn't play like elite. They didn't play like stars just waiting for the opportunity to become superstars. They just played like stars that got more opportunity to produce numbers, if that makes sense. The one play I remember of all the time Brunson was out was Bridges hitting that dagger game-winning 3 against Portland. Soon as he let it go, soon as he came around that curl, we all knew that shot was going in, right? Because you could see it was something about Bridges in that moment. The tiff with Tibbs, him having to prove himself, New Yorkers doubting him. Remember that? These were all things for Bridges. Remember the tete-a-tete thing with Tibbs? Like, hey man, you can play other people, bro. Them dudes can play. Remember that? Hey man, we playing too many men. Whatever the tiff was, right? Whatever that tiff was between Tibbs and Bridges. And Bridges came out like with something to prove because his shot was off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 So Bridges stepped his game up in that one moment, but he elevated his game during Brunson's absence, but it wasn't like the takeover. It wasn't like the takeover that we were feeling, right? Like we were feeling, okay, hey, Deuce, Brunson is out, bro. Here's your shot. What you gonna do, Deuce? And And those 15 games, Deuce finished the season shooting 40% from the floor and 37% from three. And so while I'm not bashing Deuce, right? This is just what happened. Because we're paying our role players major bread. Like Bridges is making like 37. OG is making 39. Josh is making 20. Man, that's what is that? That's like, what is that? $90 million? Wait a minute. 39, 37. That's 76 plus 20. That's 96 million. That's $96 million between those three. Bodega Wi-Fi in the building. And for us to be paying $96 million to three star level role players, you would think, or it's not out of the realm of possibility to assume that if one of your big stars is out or ineffective, that one of those guys can slide in and be that piece. Not a fan of ice in my water, y'all. I like cold water. I'm not a fan of ice in my water. I don't know why that is. So when we discuss the ceiling of our role players, we have no doubt what the floor is. The floor of those three is star NBA player. Those players are stars. That's their floor. But what is their ceiling? And what is their ceiling when we need more? Are these the only role players we should concern ourselves with? Right? Should we concern ourselves with Clarkson, Mitch, Yabusele, Deuce? I'm not concerned about Mitch. Mitch is Mitch. I'm not concerned about Yabusele. Yabusele is going to be Yabusele. I'm not concerned about Clarkson. Clarkson at this point is a scoring point guard. And listen, I know what Jordan Clarkson has been throughout his career is one thing. What he is right now is not the same. Jordan Clarkson entered the league as a point guard that could score. They moved him to the bench. He turned into a scoring guard, and he was a scoring guard for about 8, 9, 10 seasons. Last couple of seasons, he's been trying to be an assist man and score because he likes to shoot now. Don't get it twisted. Just because he has a different responsibility don't mean he don't like to shoot because he loves to shoot. So the ceiling for the role players is a concern. I'm going to put this here, and I want to get you guys' thoughts, right? I'm going to get you guys' thoughts. Tori B says, hey, first of all, salute to Tori B and my family in the Bronx. Hey, Tori B, tell Mom Dukes. I don't know if y'all can see that on camera for Tori. All my people in the Bronx. Tori B says, I feel like you feel this way because we underachieved offensively under Tibbs. I think this season we will see more better offense because guys won't be tired. Fresh legs mean better defense and offense. I kind of agree and disagree a little bit. I don't mainly feel this way, right? I don't mainly feel this way, right? Because basically, I like wing players. So every time we argue something about me, the base for my argument is I like tall, athletic wing players that are versatile. And see, these two guys are tall, athletic wing players that are versatile. It's the reason why I like Pakam Dadie. It's the reason why I like Mo Diawara, right? It's the reason why I like Cat at times when Cat is taking people off the dribble. It's the reason why I like to see it. It fits my eyes well. The aesthetic of it. I just like tall, athletic players, right? So I'm not bashing these guys because they kind of fit what I like, right? But at the same time, outside of a few defensive splashes in the playoffs, OG and Mikal Bridges, I mean, now their defensive splashes were excellent all time. But offensively, I'm like, we got to get Brunson some help out here. So yes to the basketball part of it. Like when you said, we'll see more better excuse me, better offense because guys won't be tired. Fresh legs means better defense and offense. I agree. I'm not down on OG and Bridges like that because I feel like you win with wing players in the league now. And thank you for the generous contribution too, by the way. Let me add this. This is what I wanted to run by y'all. Where is it? This is a concern for me, right? This is a concern for me. Like we have assets. The Knicks have a little draft capital, not a lot, not enough to entice someone into a trade conversation, but maybe enough to finish off a trade. Maybe enough to finish off a trade. How do y'all feel about this? The Knicks still have assets. Are they holding up onto stuff for a big fish? And who is that big fish? Is it a star caliber guy that's tasted the finals? Is it an all-star that tasted the finals and can't get over the hump like Bam Adebayo? Is it that type of guy? Is it Devin Booker? A guy that legitimately saw another team celebrate the NBA Finals right in his face? Is it a guy that maybe won a championship on a team and then was jettisoned away and wants to get back to championship ways, like Harrison Barnes? Is it a guy that won a chip, was jettisoned to some losers, couldn't get back to the playoffs, and sees the exit for a championship team and is willing to play any role possible just to get a taste of the NBA title, i.e. Harrison Barnes? Food for thought, right? Could it be a cast-off guy that in a limited role could be the Knicks' missing piece, like a Kentavious Caldwell-Pope? Got a taste of a championship, got jettisoned away. Could the Knicks entice maybe a guy or what's the guy name? I think he signed with somebody. But there are guys out there that fit this. Are the Knicks saving capital for that? I'm going to move on because I've spent a lot of time on that, man, and I want to get to the good stuff. I legit want to get to this, everybody. But that question I asked, though, I feel like that's a decent question. But here's the argument for the Knicks being a championship contender. I'm going to put 2 in there. I'm going to put these in the chat because I think I have more character space if I put it in the chat. So I'm going to put it in the chat here. I'm going to put it here. These 2 things. One of the reasons for depth and balance, multiple two-way wings, Bridges, OG Hart, who can guard elite scorers, and star guard play. Brunson proved he can carry a playoff offense, something the Knicks lacked for decades. And one of the things that you need to be an NBA champion nowadays is star guard play. And we have that. The Knicks have depth and balance. For the first time in a long time, I think the Knicks have like 3-4 big men that can all play during the season. The Knicks legitimately have 4 centers that can all play decent minutes this season. The Knicks have 6 or 7 wing players that can all get decent NBA minutes this season. The Knicks have 2 scoring guards that are going to get, injury aside, that are going to get a ton of shots and score the ball. I can't. I see some of y'all comments, man, and it's making me laugh. I think the argument for is too easy. The argument for is too easy, right? I think we all feel like this is a championship roster. I think we all feel like it's a championship roster that's maybe one move away. Like in some kind of weird universal compromise, it is probably both, right? The Knicks are a championship contender that will do what a champion does at the trade deadline. Just add a guy. But I have a treat for y'all. I have a surprise for y'all. So I did some homework, right? So I created like this algorithm, and I don't know how to do it. I may not be able to repeat it, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I created this decision tree. I guess it's an algorithm, right? I created this thing and I asked it. My question to the algorithm was this: of any player on the current Knicks roster, right? Of any player on the current Knicks roster, 25 years old or younger, that has the potential to be a hidden gem, who would it be? And this is what the algorithm said to me. Y'all ready? Chat, y'all ready? I don't want y'all to miss it. Let me know when you're ready. I asked one of them Terminator AI machine thingies to look at the current roster and tell me who it predicts to be the Knicks young, what's the word I used? To be the Knicks young best hidden gem, right? Yeah, ready? Yeah, Prezi, Skynet. I asked Skynet to search the web. If I asked Skynet to Prezi, that's hilarious. so I asked Skynet to look at the roster and based on information we have available to us, who is going to be the Knicks hidden gem of all the young players. And this is what Skynet said. Skynet says the verdict is Tyler Kolek. And here's why. He hasn't yet hit mainstream hype, but has elite passing instincts, proven college production, and a realistic path to meaningful minutes behind Jalen Brunson and Miles McBride. Kolek's ceiling seems higher, and fans should keep a close eye on his development heading into the season. Skynet, you are the devil. Y'all know I wanted to, and look, you could tell it wasn't something that I did. Look how the text and all that is kind of jumbled together. You can tell it's not something that I'm shooting y'all the gas. This is something I asked it to research for me, and this is what it came up with. This is what Skynet came up with. And here's your answer. Why Kolek? He hasn't yet hit mainstream hype, but has elite passing instincts, proven college production, and a realistic path to meaningful minutes. Now, I don't know. I can't remember who in the chat was putting Tyler Kolek is going to be something in the chat. I can't remember. I honestly, whoever said Tyler Kolek was going to be something, it might have been Sherwin. Probably Sherwin. Somebody was saying it. Whoever it was. There's your thing. Tyler Kolek is what the algorithm who the algorithm believes is going to be the Knicks' next hidden gem, 25 years and younger. So there it is, everybody. What thoughts do you have? I got to give you credit for something, huh? I got to give you credit for something, huh? Dog it. I got to give you credit for something, right? What you want me to say, man? Okay. All right. So Nick Yak been saying it. Okay. Nick Yak, according to Skynet, you're absolutely right. Right? Nick Yak, according to Skynet, you're absolutely right. Right? And it surprised me too. It surprised me. It surprised me because to me, the easy answer was Ariel Hukporti because he played the most last year. East Blue Drew in the building. To me, the easy answer was Ariel Hukporti because he had played the most. MSG was talking about him the most. We saw him the most on camera. And it seemed like he had carved his way. So according to Skynet, it's Tyler Kolek. That's all I got, everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming through, hanging out with us. I kind of like this vibe that y'all present. You know what I'm saying? I can kind of present a format. We chop it up. Y'all tell me your thoughts. We go through a couple of topics or whatever. So salute to everybody, man. East Blue Drew in the building, Bodega Wi-Fi. Man, I see y'all. Salute to everybody watching this on replay. Salute to everybody watching this on replay. Yeah, I guess I'm going to get out of here and go watch some Terminator. I bet you Terminator is going to be like, Nick Yak was right. Nick Yak was right. Oh, I don't want to watch 2 hours of Skynet saying Nick Yak is right. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace, everybody.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control